I'm gonna chase my dreams. I'm chasing them, baby. I'm chasing them. I don't know where they're gonna take me, but I hope they're gonna take me somewhere nice. Take me somewhere nice, dream.
Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it on me. Look at these blessings, these blessings, these blessings, these blessings, these blessings, they rained it on me. Look at my God, I don't chase dreams, mama. Don't got my dreams chasing me. I don't work hard, no, I don't work hard at all. Shit just be coming to me, that's my word. I will not work another 9 to 5. Talk that shit. Press me, getting popped right in the eye. Smack that trick. Get in the way of my dreams, you gotta die, yeah. And if your bitch come round me, use a single guy. Run me up, bitch. Got this truck fit. Yeah, just cause I live law attraction, still a nasty thing.
You wanna dance?
Yo,
I'ma make you dance.
hey,
You wanna move?
filter with it.
I'ma make you move. True love. I got this feeling I can't turn it loose. That somebody else getting next to you. Can't walk around like I was your fool. 'Cause being who I am, I can't lose my cool.
Yeah, buddy.
When you telling me about things going on.
Oh, look who's in the comments, y'all. I can't. Phoenix. Usually we do up and coming music, but today I just needed feel good music, y'all. Like today was like one of them type of days, you know what I mean? Yeah. I come on early expecting your woman brain. We got a hell of a show today, y'all. We gonna ease right into it because I need my time with this one, bruh. I need my time with this one. My God. And you know, let me just wait till my song plays. Yeah. Taking a plane. Somebody sleeping in my bed. Woo. Come on in, y'all. It's 8 o'clock. What's up? First live episode, baby. First live episode of Blame the Victim. My God, we just growing and growing. Look at these eyes. The eyes look tired. That's a filter too. Like, hold on, let me take the filter off so y'all can see the difference. Wait, hold up. Got many, yeah. Do it like I do. Yeah, see, hold up. You see how? Ooh. Shit. Hold up. Skin's still looking good though. But we gonna throw that filter back up there. Fuck the bullshit. Hold up. We not going raw today. we not going raw today. We putting a filter on today. We ain't giving raw face today. We giving eye mask, bitch. Yeah. About the dollar bill. What the deal? Yeah. BBS described best with some of the fake believers out of dreams. Yeah. Come on in here, y'all. Yeah. Hi. Phoenix said Raw is his favorite. All my friends are whores. Why, God? Explain. Is this a reflection of me? Because I'm a good Christian boy. I would never say some shit like that. Phoenix. We got guests today. Come on, let's go ahead and calm down. Oh, my God. What a good start. What a good start. What a good start.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. All right, man. Welcome back, baby, to another episode of Blame the Victim podcast. I'm your host, JC Best. You bring the problems, we'll bring the blame. You know how this shit goes, y'all. This is the Law of Attraction podcast for the streets. And technically speaking, this is our 8th episode. Now, I know we only got 4 episodes out right now. And that ain't nothing but the devil. That ain't nothing but the devil, Lord, okay? We done released a whole bunch of clips. We're releasing clips every day. But I felt like y'all wasn't really paying attention. So I told my little team in India, I said, fall back, hold up. We not posting another episode until we get people paying attention. So we posting clips. But between this week and next week and the week after, we're going to go ahead and catch up. But I appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all being so patient with these episodes. I appreciate the feedback. I post clips. Y'all give me feedback. Y'all in my DMs. Y'all texting. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't be liking the post as much as I'd like you to do. Don't that be a motherfucker? No, that is just the most annoying thing. When y'all text and hit the DM, but you don't like the post in publicly. Well, bitch, if you can't support me in public, don't hit me up in private. I'm just playing. Hit me up in private. I love these private texts y'all be sending me with the feedback. So thank y'all for that. Yeah, Mel, team in India. And guess what? Because I'm vibrating so high, I just got the most honest Indian team in the world. I don't even know where these people came from. I don't know, but God, I gave them my little passwords and everything, and they don't be stealing my little YouTube info or nothing. They just be uploading the clips. I'll be like, damn, y'all look at some good Indians. I mean, this is what I like to see, trustworthy Indians, not trying to sell me something, not that Nigerian energy, not, I'm sorry. I have had too many issues with Nigerians and Indians. Not for me to make a joke about it. I apologize. But yeah, man, we're doing really, really good. And we're just keeping this thing going. And we have such an amazing episode this week. Okay, so usually, we drop on Wednesday. But today we wanted to go live because there are some stories, scandals, if you will, that have hit the streets, and they have to be addressed, baby. They have to be addressed from the perspective of what this podcast teaches on a weekly basis. Okay, so let's go ahead and start out with some reminders, because the information we're going to be going over is so sensitive that it requires just a little bit of foundational retraining, if you will. Okay. The podcast is called Blame the Victim. All right. And it's a Law of Attraction podcast. Okay. So what that means is this. I believe whatever you attract in your experience, bad or good, you attracted it. So simple, right? It sounds so simple. And yet, what people typically do is, if good things happen in your life, you say, I did that. But if something bad happens in your life, what do? This motherfucker did that. Can you believe what this bitch did to me? It's like whenever it's negative, it happens out there. But whenever it's positive, you did it. We teach whatever pops up in your experience, bad or good, you attracted it. Doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Doesn't mean that you're a bad guy or that, you have bad intentions or anything like that. It just means that we have to get to the bottom and figure out why it is you're attracting negative things in your experience. Okay, that's all it means. And when we say blame the victim, we're not kicking a man while they're down. That's not what that means. I think, it's a fine line, which is why it's such it's so edgy to have this. It's a fine line to say that the victim is responsible for the situation, because nobody wants to see a victim get kicked and then kick him again by telling him, hey, it's your fault that ish happened. Nobody wants that. All we want to do is to help you to see how you may have attracted this experience into your life so that it doesn't happen again. Do you get it? We're actually good intentions. Can you believe that? This is not just a comedy podcast where we shit on people all day. I know that you think that about me because y'all don't know me as well as y'all should. Okay. But I assure you it's not that. We actually want to help people. So if you or a loved one, a friend or a family member, or even an enemy are having an issue in your life, by all means, write into us at blamethevictimpodcast@gmail.com. Okay. And we will help you with your situation by showing you how it's your fault. Okay. Hey, doesn't that sound good? Doesn't that sound good? I think it does. Oh man, we have an amazing show tonight. We have a very, very special guest who, quite frankly, I stumbled upon one of her videos on YouTube, and it was so informative and so, in a way groundbreaking, because of everyone having a certain opinion on the topic of this Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish issue. And she kind of went in the other direction with such like a sound, methodical mind. I said, oh yeah, I got to have you on. And I looked, did a little creeping, as we do. Okay, did a little IG creeping. And not only is this our special guest an attorney, a very accomplished attorney, but they're also a comedian as well. Yes. And we've got them on the show. Comedian Melanie Marie is here with us today. So excited to have her on. And we're going to get to Melanie. Melanie, I know it's 8:11. We're going to get to you in just a couple minutes. I just want to go over an affirmation of the week that is really important. I'm here sweating like that whore in my church that one week. That bitch came, she was sweating, and I'm sweating just like her. I want to get to the affirmation of the week, and then we're going to bring you on, and Melanie and I are going to discuss a couple of the scandals that are going on in the entertainment world, okay? So first up, the affirmation of the week, and this is one that we've done similar, before, but it's a must. It's a must. They used to say the old school preachers, they would feel stuff in their spirit, and then they would talk about that. Well, I have to do that today. Okay. The affirmation of the week is every man is a golden link in the chain of my success. Ooh, gotta say it again. Gotta say it again. Every man is a golden link in the chain of my success. Why am I bringing it up? Because I've been encountering some straight up fools. Some straight up fools. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, why am I interacting with people like this? Obviously I'm attracting them from where I stand at that point, but just kind of like dealing with them and dealing with, doing business with them. I had to remind myself there is a reason and a season that every person comes in your life, okay? And instead of looking at them in a bad way, it helps to affirm and just to claim that this person, no matter what type of they're bringing to you at that current time, they are a golden link in the chain of your success. Meaning if you would just change your mindset and look at them as someone who you needed to meet, that will manifest physically. Okay. I'm dealing with people. It seems like they just negative all the time. You ever meet somebody like that? Where it's just, they just be doing bad all the time. Like, nigga, all the time. Like, we all, life is like this, right? But you mean saying they be bad all the time. Like, oh, God, all the time? You're broke all the time? You don't never have anything together? Like, bro, with all due respect, don't tell me I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I really don't. And quite frankly, that's rude of you. That is rude of you. If you are struggling to verbalize that to somebody else, I mean, here we are, the rest of the world. We're doing all right. We're making the best out of scenarios, and here you are, negative Nancy, with your problems. Nigga, I don't want to hear about it. Keep it to yourself. Tell it to your pillow. I don't know. Pray about it. Talk to your dog about it. See a therapist. Whatever. But don't tell me. Please. Please don't tell me. And so, I have to remember that even these people, are golden links in the chain of my success and my ultimate good. But just a little word of advice if you're out there, okay? And things always seem to be bad, just from a very practical standpoint. Every single time you talk about it to somebody, all you're doing is just affirming it. You're just confirming the negativity. Do you get that? That every single time you talk about it, you're just making it more and more and more true. Here's some advice. Let's say 98% of your life is bad. 98% of your life is bad. To the best of your ability, breathe and focus on the 2% that is good. And thank whoever it is that you thank for that 2%. Thank yourself. Thank God. Thank the universe. But to the best of your ability, focus on that 2%. And then that 2% will come to 3%. And 4% and 5. And you'll continue to affirm and confirm that 2% until, it starts to give that 98% a run for its money. But if you keep on focusing on that 98%, then you just a negative, you just bad news bear. Okay, and it's going to continue to be bad news. And if that's the case, that's okay. But keep it to your mother effing self. My God. Please. Okay, please don't fuck up my day. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can't, figure your shit out. You feel me? All right, bro. We going to keep this thing going. I loving the notes. I'm seeing the notes. We talking about the music. Melanie's in the building. Thank y'all so much for coming in. I'm ready to get things started. Okay. This, our first live stream, and indeed our first live stream guest, such a special, special guest. Hailing, I believe, from LA, from Los Angeles, by way of Chicago, Illinois, a hilarious comedian who has performed on the Black Women's Comedy Festival, as well as you might have seen her on TV One's Fatal Attraction. I need y'all to give a warm round of applause for Melanie Marie. Come on up here, Melanie. What's up, baby? Where you at? Let's get you in. Request to join. Okay, in the building, Melanie. You made it, baby.
You made it.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, how you doing?
Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, of course, you're welcome.
It is good to finally meet you in person.
Right. Well, hopefully I'll come back to New York and meet you in person for real.
For real.
Yeah.
You have been, okay, so you're really interesting. I want to go through a little bit of your history before we get started on some of the topics we're going to be discussing. You have been doing comedy for how long?
3 years.
Okay. So
I started in 2018, but we can't count the pandemic year.
Got you. Well, you performed in 2018?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we can count it, whatever, it's up to you.
Okay.
You can say 2 years if you want, but okay.
I'm saying 3, I'm shaving off 2020.
It wasn't it. Okay, no problem. Yeah. And prior to you becoming a stand-up comic, you were a professional attorney. I still am licensed. Awesome.
Yeah.
And you're still practicing?
Not really. I'm caring for my mom at the moment. That's why I'm in Chicago.
Okay, got you. Okay, but you still have all the know-hows and all the smarts and all of the professional.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And that makes you that really gives you I feel like a leg up, how would you say it affects you, the fact that you've got that attorney, being an attorney in your bag with comedy? How does it
Well, it allows me to I mean, as far as legal analysis, when something with law and comedy comes up, I feel like I'm the expert because I've seen both worlds, right? But as far as like with comedy, I mean, I'm 40, so I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, you can't come at me with some, oh, I can help you with your career if you suck my dick.
Gotcha.
Or, you know what I mean?
Okay, this has happened before.
I mean, I've been propositioned quite a bit.
I want to say I'm sorry, Melanie, but I'm waiting for somebody in Hollywood to give me that opportunity.
I don't know if it works. I don't know if it works in the reverse.
Like a little dick. Oh, we can do that. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, I just want to get my headphones because I'm having I can hear you, but I think it would be better if I have my headphones on. That way I can
headphones in. No worries.
Hear you more clearly.
No worries.
Because I want to hear all the questions that you ask so I can give you the answers that you are looking for.
You got it. You got it. Oh, man. What's up, y'all? Look at all the people. We appreciate y'all.
Hey, Twiz. I think his real name's Antoine, I believe. He's a driver.
Okay.
Oh my God, so much better. So much better.
All right. Beautiful. Okay. So, let's hop right into it, man. There's been some scandals, this week in the comedy world, and the scandals are from a league, it's legal. It's at this point, it's legal. So, yeah, we need your expertise. All right. So I want to go ahead and just jump right into this Tiffany Haddish, Aries Spears scandal. Mm-hmm. So let's start with this for y'all who don't know. Okay. And I'm sure most of,
right.
Going on because Tiffany Haddish is a celebrity and Aries Spears is a comedian. They did a skit back in, was it 2012, I believe?
2014.
Okay, 2014 for a website called Funny and Die. And
Funny or Die.
Funny or Die, yep. Mm-hmm. And the skit was essentially about the mind of a pedophile.
Yep.
Okay? And so they used an actual 7-year-old kid in the skit, not adults, playing it.
Yeah.
They went for the gusto, baby.
Yeah. Hey, Angel. Hey, Brian.
And they used an actual child,
a 7-year-old child, yeah,
to convey, like in a satirical way,
right?
From the mind of a pedophile. Mm-hmm. Without getting to all the details of the skit, the very end of the skit was, they basically
watch who you leave your kids with.
Watch who you leave your kids with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this has caused a lot of scandal because the sister of the 7-year-old, who's now
14,
who's now 14, has a lawsuit saying that essentially Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears groomed us on the set. See, that's where I'm already just a little bit, they groomed us on the set of this skit. See, I'm a little unclear, because there's two things at play. There's the classiness or lack of class of the skit itself, which we all can see. And then there's outside of the skit, it seems like there might have been some grooming, accusations.
Okay, so, I mean, I don't want to have to grab the actual complaint because I've already read it a couple of times.
Sure.
It's 31 pages. But I can tell you, so the allegations are two separate ones. There's one allegation of Tiffany Haddish showing she's, I think, 22 now. She was, 16 or something then?
Right.
Something like that. She was 14. She was 14. Because this was 8 years ago. So she's 22 now. So the first allegation is that Tiffany Haddish took her to go get a sandwich and then took her to a studio. Hey, Still. Took her to a studio to film a skit similar to Lady and the Tramp, where the two people are eating a sandwich and they meet in a suggestive, and they're it's performing simulated fellatio. So there's no record of this skit. I don't know if the skit was ever filmed or not. This incident occurred in 2013. But let's go back.
Okay.
The mother and Tiffany Haddish were friends. The mother was actually an aspiring comedian. Her name is T-R-I-Z-A-H Morris. I think that's Teresa Morris. Okay. So she resides in Vegas. She is a CEO and director. This is her LinkedIn. She's a CEO and director of family services at gyms, getting every mother situated in Las Vegas. But yet you're not the guardian of your minor child. So how are you getting every mother situated if your children ain't situated and your daughter's the guardian? First of all. Second of all.
Oh, okay. Mel's starting off with the. Hold up.
Oh, and then it gets worse. She attended Tiffany Haddish's. She attended Tiffany Haddish's birthday in 2020. She attended Tiffany Haddish's birthday party in 2020. So, because again, I didn't read anything before I did my video. I was just going off of the allegations from the lawsuit. So, but this came out on Hollywood Unlocked today, and Tiffany Haddish is very close to Jason Lee, who's the CEO of Hollywood Unlocked, which is like a celebrity gossip website. But Tiffany Haddish was like, I'm tired of being extorted. I'm glad this came out. I'm tired of this lady trying to extort me, because Aries Spears already paid the mother $15,000, but she didn't share none with the kids. So there's a couple of things at play. Aries Spears is in disfavor because of the whole Lizzo fallout, number one.
Right.
But this lawsuit was already in the works. But the lawyer was very smart in the timing of the lawsuit, because he or she filed it right after Aries Spears was being disfavored because of Lizzo. So because there were some errors in there, like they called Ghislaine Maxwell Giselle Maxwell. I was like, that's wrong. And there's no evidence of grooming. So grooming is like gaining trust, buying gifts, giving candy, food. Like the only allegations in the complaint are that Tiffany would call on their birthdays and on Christmas, that they were paid for the skit, and that's pretty much it. That Tiffany and Teresa exchanged text messages back and forth, but ultimately it came down to Teresa was a comedian and she wanted Tiffany to help her with the career, and Tiffany was like, I can't help you. I mean, probably because she probably wasn't funny. So after Girls Trip, she's like, can you help me? And Tiffany's like, girl, I just made it myself. Like, the fuck? So
okay, so wait a minute.
I didn't know any of this before I did my video though.
Got you. All right. So a couple of things. Number one, the kids are filing this lawsuit.
Right.
So technically it's not a double jeopardy.
Well, okay, double jeopardy is a criminal term. So this is a civil lawsuit. So that doesn't even apply because there's been no criminal prosecution.
Perfect. Okay. So technically.
But a lot of people interchange criminal and civil, and they're not the same.
Okay. So this is just about the bag. This has nothing to do.
Period. However, I just read something today, and today is September 6th, talking about we want Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish prosecuted. Yeah, because it looks bad for y'all because all y'all want is money, because there was no criminal prosecution or investigation initiated in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now we're in 22. So now we're 9 years. Typically there's a 10-year statute of limitation, but if there's a minor child, it's up until their age of 40. So now, allegedly, the lawyers for John and Jane Doe sent a letter to the DA's office in LA saying that they want Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears prosecuted. And the prosecutor was like, the fuck?
Okay.
Like, because it looks bad. It looks bad because they filed the civil lawsuit first because they want the bag. They want the bag. Plain and simple.
So in your professional opinion, you're just about the money. This is extortion. This is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But now everybody else, the public, we see the skit and we are appalled.
But how? Okay, you're appalled, but it was on Funny or Die's website for like 8 years.
Right.
Or 7 years, something like that.
What was your personal opinion about the skit?
So I vaguely remember seeing it when it was out.
Wow, I never remember this. This is interesting.
I vaguely remember seeing it, but like the only one you can find on YouTube is like heavily edited. I don't know if it has like almost 1 million views by now. It's like the guy puts like a puppy on like his body, but it shows his face. I'm like, so the actual lawsuit blacks out his face but shows his body, but the video shows his face and not his body. And I'm just like, so now you're quote unquote exploiting this child all over again. So right. I think the video was inappropriate. However, I don't think, like I said in my YouTube, I don't think it rises to the level of child sexual abuse because there has to be an intentional touching of the breast, chest, buttocks, groin, anus, penis, or vagina. And none of those were touched. Now there was leering, there was, but guess what? a major, and that's why they filed a civil lawsuit instead of a criminal action, because it's easier to prove. The burden of proof in a civil lawsuit is called the preponderance of evidence, more likely than not. 51%, 49% that it happened. That's why OJ got convicted for wrongful death, but not for murder, because it was easier that it's more likely than not that he did it, but they couldn't prove it.
Okay. All right,
so I always give that example.
Melanie, let me stop you right there. Okay, so there's a few people in here in this chat right now. I want y'all to chime in. Do y'all agree with Mel, what Mel just said? Does anybody actually agree that the skit wasn't that bad? Because everybody online is saying how bad it was and how bad. And I'm going to be honest.
No, I'm saying it's inappropriate, but I mean, it wouldn't fly today. But back in 2014, like I said, they're alleging pornography, but there's no charge for child pornography in that lawsuit. So it's like if you're saying it's child porn, then where is the federal law? Where's the federal charge for child pornography then? Where's the FBI? Where's the CIA? Where is the federal agents? Where's fucking how to catch a fucking child molester? How to catch a predator?
Well, guys, this is going to be rough, but I'm going to say it. This skit wasn't that bad. Oh my God. Hold on. Wait a minute. I know y'all boys.
Well, Big C as music says 100% agree. Hey, Big C. Well, here's my thing.
Big C, what's up, baby?
So here's the thing. So to me, a key element of a criminal prosecution is intent. Hey Denise, I don't know if that's my spot or yours, but a key element of any criminal prosecution is intent.
Right.
The intent wasn't to abuse, it was to amuse.
There we go. Guys, check it out. This skit was horrible. But
actually, at a couple of points, I did laugh. I laughed.
I really was creeped out about it. Mm-hmm. I didn't think it was funny at all. I thought it was inappropriate. I just thought it was trash. But the way y'all was talking, because I wouldn't look at the first 2 days the scandal came out. I was like, I'm not into the whole pedo shit. I didn't even want to see the skit. Yeah. When I finally saw the skit, I was like, I mean, he's not, God forbid this kid, but he's not getting,
No, there was no touching. There was no touching of his chest, breast, groin, penis, anus, vagina. There was no touching of the sexual organs whatsoever.
Now, but I didn't like the fact that Aries Spears was in a bathtub.
Now that part was kind of weird. But you know what? Aries, I mean, that nigga said, if we gonna commit, I'm gonna commit. If we gonna if we gonna go, if we gonna act, we gonna go out. Aries Spears is a fucking amazing actor and comedian. Like, for all the shit he gets, he's very talented. I saw him at the Chicago Improv. He sold out.
He's funny. Melanie, he's also old school. As you can see, he hasn't apologized. Mm-mm. He hasn't, really. In fact, he's been trolling. And I don't know if you've noticed. Tiffany, of course, big time celebrity. She's illegal, And she even said it to me today when we were texting. She's already started to distance herself.
Oh, she was like, I'm so sad I did that, bitch.
Right. But the whole, grooming that and then I didn't see no porn, bruh. So let's start there. Okay. Mm-hmm. Blame the victim perspective, assuming that the kids are the victim. Now this is
no. I don't blame them. I blame their mother.
There we go, and that's it right there.
I blame their mother because they couldn't consent. Because guess what? If the daughter had a problem from the alleged incident in 2013, why would you then allow Tiffany to come back and get your kids again?
Right.
I don't blame them. I blame her.
Guys, if you're out there, okay, a lot of y'all, and it goes from the R. Kelly, the parents.
Those parents.
Bringing your kids backstage to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. And then he's a bear. So if you bring honey around the bear, what they're going to do? What you think the bear?
Look, when I watched the R. Kelly documentary, I was like, some of y'all could have just walked out the door. Y'all didn't have to stay. Talking about he made me eat shit. Can't nobody make me eat shit.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
This is a tough pill to swallow. And I think, it really gets down to a lot, when it comes to the casting couch and when it comes to stardom and fame and a lot of us, if we're being honest, guys, if we're being honest, a lot of us will put ourselves in compromising positions to get ahead. Like, come on, guys. And if we're really being honest, a lot of us will put our children in compromising positions, and that's just damn wrong. Okay,
It is.
My page right now. Now, Mel, I did a skit. I did a skit today from my comedy album, in which I'm talking about, I would have brought my kids to Michael Jackson's house.
I didn't get to watch it, but I saw it. I wanted to watch it. Okay.
Oh, Mel, and it's a whole skit about, here I got this 8-year-old kid. You don't work, okay? We finna come up. We gonna go to our uncle's house, okay?
Wait. But I hope that kid is mixed, though, because he ain't fucking with no pure black boy.
Mel, you said, listen, if me and you had a kid, he would be permissible. He'd probably be able to, he might make the cut.
Might. Just might.
But now, obviously, guys, that's a joke. But But this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these men who have no shame in their kid. And then years later, you want to sue that so-and-so did. You're leaving your child with a rumored, pedophile. Come on. At what point do we start?
Are you talking about Michael Jackson? You talking about Michael Jackson, not Aries, because Aries is not a rumored pedophile. Oh, okay.
But even still, with Aries and Tiffany, you're talking about your 7-year-old. Why are you letting your 7-year-old on set?
Right.
Come on.
Well, I laugh because, the allegations is that Tiffany told the mom that it was a Nickelodeon reel. And I was like, well, shit, it must have been Nick at Night.
Well, we like that. Just say. We like that. That's fine. Okay. Let's get to the so there's two things at play here. So partly, first off, do you think that the case, whether it's a money grab or not, do you think they have a shot to win?
I don't think it's ever going to see a trial. I think it's going to be a settlement. Tiffany has too much to lose. So Aries has already paid $15,000, but that's not going to even come in because offers of settlement aren't allowed based on the rules of evidence because most cases do settle. So judges want to promote settlement for judicial efficiency because it costs a lot of taxpayer time and money to try a case. So my prediction is that it'll be settled out of court and they'll give them enough money to shut the fuck up, and walk away.
All right. And in that case, it switches. And, in that scenario, I would say Tiffany would be the quote unquote victim. And I have to say, you deserve that. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
But this was Tiffany in 2014. So she was just doing anything and everything to get on. She wasn't on the Carmichael show. Girls Trip wasn't out yet. I mean, she wasn't, she wasn't the Tiffany Haddish she is now. That's why this shit is happening now because she has a lot of money.
Guys, I want y'all to know, and this is the honest truth, comedians are at the lowest on the totem pole. Until we hit that movie, big screen, TV, celebrity status, we're the lowest of all the artists, okay?
Yep.
We are willing to put ourselves in compromising positions to get a little clout. I mean, this is just what it is.
But Tiffany wrote in her book she has sex with a dude with cerebral palsy. I mean, she... You know what I'm saying? She said he had a claw for her hand. So I mean, so it's like she's used to going there. So she doesn't have a problem being transparent.
Yeah.
So, and this is not the only skit she's done that's been, I don't want to say controversial, but you know what I'm saying? This is not the first one.
Right. Yeah, they did a Bill Cosby joint. This skit. And so I have to say, Tiff, you deserve. I mean, I don't want to say you deserve it.
Hey, that's our chance.
Yeah. You deserve it, but I will say you finna get hit in the bag a little bit, and it's the price. This is the price.
It's the price of doing business.
This is the price we pay, baby.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now, as far as the grooming, and I'll just address this, and because I don't want to talk about hearsay. They're all, alleging the grooming and stuff that there's no evidence, right?
None.
And they're not going after them from a criminal perspective anyway. So it's really court of public opinion here.
Pretty much.
How important is the damn court of public opinion?
Well, I mean, it's important enough because, I mean, like I said, Tiffany stands to lose more than Aries in this scenario. So that's why her PR team made her put out that Instagram statement that I'm so sorry that I was in that skit. But like, again, Tiffany from 2014 is not the Tiffany from 2022. Right. She's elevated. So it's like, yeah, I mean, we all have things in our past that we regret, but it's like, you know, I actually applaud Aries for standing on that shit. Like, I did it. It was something I did. Like, I wasn't trying to fucking molest no little boy. It was a fucking skit. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was on Funny or Die for 8 years. Even Funny or Die was like, we didn't generate that. We didn't produce it. It was user uploaded content. But motherfucker, you didn't take it down. They don't want to get sued either.
Say that.
And they should have been named.
Do you the children?
No, the Funny or Die should have been joined to the lawsuit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's how you can know it's a money grab.
Yeah. Do
you believe that comedians should be allowed to joke about stuff like rape and pedophilia?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
I want to hear. Give me the lawyer answer and the comedian answer. So, from a lawyer's perspective, knowing how much of trouble comedians have gotten into in the past with libel suits and defamation and all, you think that it's okay for comedians to be able to talk about all that? Oh wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Big C is saying, unfortunately, public opinion counts too much. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah, people need to stop being so damn sensitive as the 2010 made people soft and weird. True. See, spit that ish, baby. Indeed. Okay, Mel, why?
Because those are all, like, for instance, I've been raped. I don't have any material about it because I don't want to, like, it's not something that I want to joke about. But, like, I may get to a point where I joke about it because it's an experience that happened to me. So, and I've had an abortion, so I joke about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if it's happened to me, then I'll joke about it. Because I've seen female comics talk about rape and make it funny.
And made it funny. And made it funny.
Yeah. So anybody can get these jokes. Anybody can get it. No, like, especially, I've seen people that have been molested make jokes about it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I have molestation jokes in my act.
So it's like, no. Like, because laughter is healing. If you can get to the point where you can make a joke about it, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, public opinion has taken away integrity, because it's like, public opinion matters too much because, again, we're judging stuff based on what's happening in Me Too, Time's Up, cancel culture. That didn't exist in 2014. That video stayed up there on Funny or Die for 7 years. So you can't put 2022 standards on something that was shot in 2014.
Right. I want to talk about rape for a second.
Okay.
And first off,
are we going to do Charlemagne next?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's do it.
But Mel, for you, I want to talk about you because you said it. All right, you kind of opened up Pandora's box. Mm-hmm. Now, you just kind of touched me. You touched me, baby, just now by saying it. And you said it matter-of-factly, and of your experience. And I don't need you to go into your experience or anything like that, but you stood on what happened to you, and it just seemed very like you've got a handle on your on that situation.
I mean, it was 13 years ago, so I've had time,
But Mel, we all know people who have been assaulted sexually. Yeah. Like, it's been 30, 40 years, and they still a mess. Okay.
Well, because that would be letting him win.
Guys, oh my God! Do I have another sound effect besides the applause? No, this is all I got queued up. Guys, you can't really blame a victim who does not claim victimhood.
No, I will never be a victim. I'm a victor. I'm victorious.
See, no one ever talks about that when we say blame. You know why people blame the victim? Because it's easy. Mm-hmm. Because it's easy. It's sad. It's unfortunate. Obviously, we don't want to. But yeah, when you allow yourself to be in a state where you don't heal, which I know it happens differently for everybody. Unfortunately, you leave yourself perceptible to like being triggered. Okay, and when you can laugh at trauma, not only do you heal from the inside, you have the ability to inspire other people. you have the ability to kind of throw salt on the wound of the antagonist who did that, because they have no power. You've literally taken power away. But when you go and you face this world from the perspective of, God forbid, I was raped, or I was this, or I was that, or everything is this bad thing happened to me, you kind of leave yourself open to just be triggered for the rest of your life until you do the work, baby. Until you do the work. Without getting into details of your own situation, can you kind of speak to that a little bit about the power of kind of taking? You said you're not in a place where you can tell jokes about it yet, but it does seem like there has been some healing.
Yeah, I mean, I had to I had to do some internal work. I had to do, I didn't do therapy per se, but I did a lot of positive affirmations, meditation, working out, and just, a lot of crying, a lot of, but and questioning, like, how did I get myself in this situation? How can I prevent this from happening again? I can tell you.
Mel, I hate to cut you off. I'm sorry. You said what? You analyzed, how do I not allow this situation to happen again?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I love. That's what I love. Because a motherfucker who's in that situation, they carry around a little piece, some mace.
Right.
Or maybe they did some Tai Chi classes, but you can best believe it won't happen.
It ain't happening again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So, that was a one and done, okay?
Wow.
Because, the situation, it was kind of fucked up, but, so I don't want to go into it. But I will say that I had to eat crow. I had to because it happened when I was about to graduate law school, and there was another lawyer that was already established. And I don't want to be painted like, oh, I'm this law student trying to get on, when that wasn't the case whatsoever. But and I was like, look, I'm in my last semester of law school. It happened outside of where I was going to law school. It happened in DC, and I was in Chicago. So I was like, I would have had to go back to DC to press charges. I would have had to fly back and forth. I would have to miss class. And then I would have had this victim on my back. And I just didn't want to go through that whole process.
And that was your choice.
That was my choice. That was my choice.
Mel, you, there are people out there who are not in a place where they can, okay, two questions I have. Number one, I want to know some of the affirmations that maybe you said, or some of the things that you did to, proceed out of that negative space. But also, what can you say to someone out there who has been through such a damn traumatic experience like that? What could you tell them? Are you in a place where you could tell them anything?
Well, I used to think the worst thing that could happen to me was to be raped. So when it happened and I didn't die, I said, I'm still here. I didn't die. It didn't kill me. So if my worst fear happened and it didn't kill me, then I'm invincible, because the worst thing that's happened to me didn't kill me.
I'm sorry. Guys, can y'all throw some hearts or some claps or something in the chat? Come on, bro. Come on, man. This is beautiful, baby. This is beautiful. Mel, thank you. That's that's beautiful. Thank you.
And I guess my affirmation, my past is not my future.
Yes.
Yes. I'm getting stronger every day.
Yes.
I am a being of light and love.
Yes.
I radiate acceptance and love.
Oh.
I am the person that I want to attract.
Come on.
So yeah, but yeah, I just had to really just come to terms with my, just get real with myself and just get to a place, because I even because I graduated law school in December 2009, and I failed the bar in February, but I passed in July. So because I was so hurt, but it's I had to go through that. I had it was something that needed to happen for me to transition from being a law student to a lawyer. And then I left Chicago. So when I left Chicago, I left all of that behind.
Got you.
Yeah. And started a new life in Atlanta. So leaving where I grew up helped too, because it's I got away from where I was. Well, not because it happened in DC, but I was still in law school when it happened. So I had to come back home to Chicago, and I lived alone, and I had to like go through it by myself. But it's like, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And now I'm so much smarter and wiser now that if I see a situation where I think that would happen, I just remove myself.
Now, what is an example of a situation where someone could be sexually assaulted or raped?
If you go back to someone's hotel room.
I was not expecting this, Mel. I was not expecting. This is real shit. This is real shit. And guess what? There are, and mind you, of course, I'm not condoning rape.
Right.
Of course not. Okay. So I don't give a fuck what the situation was. Rape is wrong. Period. That being said, my opinion is
like you can extract yourself from situations if it's like late at night and you know what I'm saying, someone's like, come back to my room, you can just be like, no. That's it. Because we've heard a lot of stories of rapes that happen in hotel rooms after hours, but it's like, then just don't go.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, my grandmother said only thing that's open after 12 a.m. is legs.
That is some grandmother shit.
Yeah.
The grandmother would say.
My grandma told me to keep my legs closed, my skirts down, and my panties up, and she didn't follow her own advice because she had 10 kids.
Okay, Granny was getting it.
Oh, well, at least by my grandpa, about the same guy.
Yes, Granny was like, you can't rape the willing.
Right. Well, no, she stayed pregnant. Shit, she never had a period.
Yeah.
That motherfucker stayed pregnant.
One last question: would you say that someone should forgive their?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. I don't forgive him, and I've had to see him subsequently, but I don't forgive him, and I hope he gets AIDS. But
right,
that's my hope. Or no, herpes. I hope he gets herpes. Yeah,
herpes not AIDS. Herpes worse than AIDS now.
Yeah, because AIDS you can be undetectable with Dovato. You seen the commercials?
Right. Well, then that's HIV. That's not AIDS. No, we want you to get full blown.
No, you can't even get full blown no more. They handle your T cell count now. It ain't gonna never get below 20.
AIDS ain't it. AIDS, listen, there's not AIDS. You can live to 100 years old.
No one's dying from AIDS no more. They dying from pneumonia.
We want that monkey. We want him to get that monkey pox.
I want him to get herpes pox, nigga.
Ebola.
I want him to get SARS. I want him to get fucking what's the other one? I want to get anthrax. I want all that shit. No, I want revenge. I want to get it.
Do you ever think we're joking about this, which is so isn't this funny because you said you weren't in a place where you could joke about it. Here you are.
Oh no, I want him to die.
Okay, but now see, that is that could be for the stage. I don't know. It's a little, but that could be for the stage. Now,
I don't know. I haven't tried it because he wasn't somebody that I would have willingly had sex with. Is what I'm saying. He had but like. I probably didn't press charges because his penis was so small, I barely noticed.
Gotcha. Wait a minute. You was like, wait, was I raped? Hold up. Wait, I don't think I felt. Wow, Mel. Do you ever think do you think part of the healing process is forgiveness?
No.
Okay.
No, not everybody deserves forgiveness. He definitely doesn't.
Okay.
But I had to forgive myself for putting myself in that situation.
Okay.
So that's what I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how I came. That's how I came to peace because I'm just like, I'm not going to carry this around. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. Crucify myself. Something bad happened, but it's like, I'm not going to carry this around for the rest of my life.
We absolutely adore that and we love that. Okay. And so that leads us into the next.
Let's do it. Oh, I can't wait to talk about this one.
So this is a touchy one, man. This is a touchy one. And this has to do with the radio personality Charlemagne Tha God, which I am a fan of, okay? I'm not going to sit up here. I'm an old school. So I like the shock jocks, the Howard Sterns, the old things, the Charlemagne. And Charlemagne came up raw as hell. And he has had, with all the things that he's talked about people and all the, situations he's run his mouth in, he's had a persistent scandal after him, okay? And it is an alleged rape accusation from a young lady.
2001. Sorry, continue.
A young lady by the name of Jessica Reed, who that Charlemagne Tha God raped her when she was 15 years old at a house party.
Yep.
And this past weekend, she did an interview with a popular blogger on YouTube, Tasha K.
Trasha K?
Yeah, Tasha K.
Trasha K?
Trasha K. Okay, Trasha, is that what we're doing? Okay, Trasha K.
She's trash. She's trash. I'm sorry. Continue.
The bloggers be messy. I mean, it is what it is, okay? And, you know, this interview went, you know, viral. But at this point, I think Charlemagne has the comments. His comments are being scrubbed on his IG, because usually that's what happens when you do something. People will come after you in the comments of your IG, but there's positivity on all his stuff. And he's done a couple posts since the interview came out, and he's like, he did one trolling post where he was like, I thank God with everything I've been through, I've never been invited to a gender reveal party. You know, like, he's trolling because that heat is on his ass. Okay, we were talking about the court of public opinion. Now, I want to get a couple things out the way, and then I want to go ahead and get your legal.
Okay.
First off, this happened in 2001. So, as I understand, the what is it called? The statute of limitations is up, or maybe
no. Stop.
Okay.
He was acquitted. There is no statute of limitations. He cannot be retried whatsoever. In fact, let me read you the statement from Scarlett Wilson, who is the solicitor. She said, many news outlets have contacted my office regarding an incident involving Leonard McKelvey, which is alleged to have occurred over 20 years ago. Criminal charges were resolved in 2002, pursuant to a plea agreement between the state of South Carolina and Leonard McKelvey. The state allowed him to plead guilty to contributing to the delinquency of a minor and agreed to dismiss the remaining charge. The plea was negotiated because the alleged victim in the matter did not cooperate with the prosecutor, and the prosecutor made this agreement because of the victim's absence and lack of evidence available at the time. While the tools and technology of justice have evolved, in cases involving personal violence, the state must have witnesses to prosecute. Too often, the key witnesses will not come forward in support of criminal prosecution. Trying a tough case is no problem. Trying an impossible case is not ethical. South Carolina law is clear that once a defendant enters a plea and a plea agreement is accepted, due process requires the state to honor the agreement. We are duly bound to honor the agreement in this case. The state's prosecution has ended, and the dismissed charge against Leonard McKelvey will not be resurrected. Okay. The law presumes that Leonard McKelvey is innocent of the dismissed allegation, and that's on moms.
Whew. Okay, this is rough. Let me tell you why this is rough. Okay,
that's on moms.
And podcast is
and that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
That's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, that's on period. Well,
that's on Melanie Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm sorry.
The podcast is called Blame the Victim. So obviously, you know, I'm all about 100% self accountability for the growth. However, this was tough to watch. I'm be honest, because Miss Jessica Reed was very convincing.
Okay, well, let me tell you what's more convincing. What's more convincing is this DNA test from 2002. Let's see. They did a smear. They did a vaginal, oral, and rectal smear. No spermatozoa identified. Vaginal swab, no semen identified. Oral swab, no semen identified. Rectal swab, no semen identified. Suspected semen, no semen identified. Now, I can tell you, I got pregnant in 99. I was 17. Right. We used a condom, so some spermatozoa got out.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we don't know. I don't know. I can tell you I don't have a baby.
Oh, well.
And then fingernail scrapings. Nothing of apparent serological evidentiary value found. So there's no DNA. Now, unless it was one of those things where he was in his white tee, in his fucking shiny jeans, because this is 2001, so everybody was dressing like P. Diddy, and he just pulled out his little wee-wee, put a condom on it, bust, and went away. But he willingly submitted to DNA testing. Because guess what? If the rape that happened to me was not air quotes, it did happen. There would have been saliva. There would have been, spermicide from the condom. There would have been evidence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the fact that his DNA was found nowhere on her that's why the prosecution was like, look, we had no physical evidence and we had an uncooperative victim. So I didn't watch the whole video because she talked about getting child molested, by our godson, godmother, god babe, god baby, god sister, god whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like I could and Tasha K read the warrant. She didn't read the actual jury verdict, which dismissed the charge of the sexual assault. All she read was the warrant. And guess what? To start your show, reading a warrant is like the holy grail when all you need for a warrant is probable cause.
Right.
And the probable cause, as far as percentages, is like it's likely that a crime has occurred. So that's a very low percentage. That's not proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And that's not even preponderance of the evidence. So all probable cause requires is that a crime probably happened. So the fact that she read that was fact, basically she lost my credibility at the outset of that interview.
What is your personal opinion? Do you think that it occurred?
I believe that she got drunk. She was underage. She was at that party because I read all the incident reports. There was marijuana. There was alcohol. I believe she had sex with somebody. I don't think it was him.
Okay.
Those are my thoughts. I believe she was too, because there was no mention of the two other guys that held her down until now. So how is this coming up 20 years later?
Well, she's done several interviews, but they haven't seen the light of day because of what you said initially, which is the case cannot be, retried.
Not against him, not against Charlemagne.
Well, she's claiming that he was the only one who raped her. I mean, no, that's not true. He's claiming that the other guys fingered her. I'm sorry, in the bathroom. Okay. So,
again, but it's like, so first of all, even if that actually happened, because it could have happened. The statute of limitations has run.
What was so heartbreaking in the interview was that the mother, again, these parents, the mother who had been through a lot of sexual abuse herself, thought that the best way to deal with the situation was to send her daughter up north, away from Charlemagne, away from South Carolina, where, everything.
But guess what? I tried a case. This is back in 2011. I tried my first case as a baby prosecutor. I was 6 months in at the DA's office. It was August 2011. So this was 11 years ago. We had a witness that was uncooperative. We had an investigator go get that motherfucker.
Right.
But you can't he was a critical witness. But if she's the star witness, they can't make her testify, but they can subpoena ancillary witnesses. But just like in the R. Kelly, in the original R. Kelly trial, because it happened when I was in law school in 2009 in Chicago, when I was still in Chicago, because he flew that girl to Europe that was in that video. That's how he won, because she didn't testify. He paid off the family. So the only person who testified was Sparkle, who was her aunt. So that's how he was able to win that 2009 case, because she was all the way overseas somewhere. So she wasn't reachable. But I mean, that was a poor decision on behalf of the mother.
The mother did that because she figured, okay, so Gooch the
That's true, Gooch. Yeah, that's true. She could be lying.
Gray says, why do we believe the mother? The mother could be lying more than likely.
She could be. Okay. But again, the prosecution said, you see that shit I read, they were like, she was uncooperative. Plus, we didn't have any evidence.
They said, why do we believe the mom? Because she's a mom. Shaking my fucking head.
I mean, there are some bad moms out there.
But this is the bottom line. The mother sent her daughter away and let the shit lapse so that they closed the case out, essentially. The mother was basically saying, listen, she thought that if she just sends the daughter away and the whole rape situation will go away. So now Jessica can't sue.
Well, here's the thing. We don't know if that really happened or not, number one. Number two, sending her up north, again, She can be flown back. I mean, for instance,
the mother basically put the kibosh on this. She fucked the situation up so that there's no way to open up this case.
But guess what? The mother can't manufacture evidence. There still was no DNA evidence against Charlemagne. So even if there was, I don't know if she had testified, would the result have been different? I don't know, because rape is a lot of times a case of he said, she said. So without corroborating evidence of DNA, because the rape kit didn't show anyone's DNA. So it's basically he said, she said, and then it's a war of credibility. Who's more credible? So again, if you send your daughter why are you sending your Gooch is a fucking idiot.
Yo,
don't listen.
Hair is fake, eyelashes fake. Why should we? Yo, the trolling is real tonight.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're a mom, would you want your child to get justice? You know what I'm saying?
No, the mother. So this is what was uncovered in the interview. The mother was thinking the best thing for her daughter was to send her away and just close out the case. So basically, Tasha is talking to Jessica like, "Why did your mother do that?" And Jessica's kind of like,
"Okay, so I'll give you another example. I sat second chair on a rape case. This was back in 2012 when I was still an assistant district attorney at the Fulton County DA's office in Atlanta. And this was a case where this family had taken this guy in and let him stay with them. And they had a 14-year-old daughter, and they noticed them getting cozy. And this bitch turns up pregnant, and he kidnaps her, and they end up in College Park in some fucking trap house, and they find him. And so the parents was at the trial, fucking this nigga got life. And the girl was there with the baby. And when my co-counsel cross-examined her, she was like, yes, no. But when the defense attorney cross-examined her, she was like, oh, he was so nice to me. She's 14 with a baby. And then they let the baby come in, and the jury saw the baby. That was his baby. And they gave that nigga life. Okay. The parents wanted to kill him. Okay. For getting their daughter pregnant, kidnapping her, taking her to College Park. So what I'm saying is, if you really mad about your child getting raped, you be like that. That daddy wanted to kill that nigga. He wanted to kill him.
Nah, the mother wasn't on it like that. The mother had her own abuse apparently, so she wasn't really on it like that.
But I'm saying but here's the thing: the criminal justice system offers finality unless there is new evidence. He was not convicted. So Tasha K compared him to Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, but the difference is all three of them were convicted. Charlemagne was acquitted. So that's the equivalent of comparing him to Nate Parker, who was also acquitted.
Wow.
Right, but then the shit came back up before 12 Years a Slave because the white bitch killed herself.
Right. Okay.
So you can't compare people that have been acquitted to people that have been convicted.
Right.
So Tasha K is fucking trash.
Right.
And I don't believe anything she says. And I don't take her guess seriously. And I don't know if what Jessica's saying the truth is the truth or not. But guess what? She got $15,000. She's saying she hired investigators. Who's to say she's not gonna pocket that money? Who's to say, you know what I'm saying? Because she has no leg to stand on. Her case is dead in the water. Her case is not going to be reopened. There is no new evidence. Nope. There's unless there's DNA evidence from the other two guys that fingered her. She has no leg in the water.
Now, back to the court of public opinion. Can Charlotte lose his gig at the Breakfast Club?
Nope.
Wait a minute. Hold on now. With
no.
the Two movement, people were losing their jobs based off accusations, based off,
But he's been acquitted.
So you don't think there's any way, if the public outcries enough, that Charlemagne could lose his gig?
No.
Really?
I don't, because guess what? He doesn't need the Breakfast Club. I think he's got a share in iHeartRadio. I mean, he produces or executive produces shows. Charlemagne gonna be okay with or without the Breakfast.
You don't think he's cancelable from?
No, just like Dave Chappelle isn't cancelable. No.
Okay.
I don't because guess what? Angela Yee is leaving, so they're gonna replace her. Everybody's replaceable, but I think Charlemagne and DJ Envy have a chemistry And I don't know who they're gonna find to replace Angela Yee. I think Remy Ma would be a good replacement.
Okay.
That's just just me throwing shit out there. I think she would be a good like replacement. Because I'm just thinking like the New York feel, the New York flavor. She's opinionated.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, and I'm a tough cookie, right? But when I seen the interview, it had me. I was like, this is rough, and it almost got me. It almost got me to the point where I was making a judgment, and I'm anti-judgment. I don't think you should have all the facts and all of that. So, what I'm gonna say is,
Gooch.
Anybody can.
Thank you, Pope. Thank you, Pope Daniels.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it again, y'all. And Tasha said this, man. This is a tough pill to swallow, ladies and men, because ladies are not the only ones who can be sexually assaulted.
That's right.
It's a tough pill to swallow, y'all. When it comes to sexual assault and rape, why are you attracting something like that into your experience? Well,
guess what? She was only 15. It was a party with weed and alcohol. She probably drank
22-year-old at the time. He was 22.
When I was 15, I was partying with 20-year-old. I mean, let's keep it real. Like I was.
No judgment.
Yeah.
No judgment. You know, we was getting it in at 14, 15.
Look, I lost my virginity at 14 to a guy that was 18.
Okay. So now somebody might say that. Is that considered statutory rape?
I don't know. I don't know what the age of consent is in Illinois. It don't matter. The statute of limitations. Oh, but the fucked up thing is he did get indicted for statutory rape, but not with me.
Not with me? Oh, so he was just doing this. He was a creep. He was just creeping on young girls.
Yeah.
You know, this guy, young is not my thing, right? So, like, I really, whatever. But I'll be honest with y'all. If I was telling jokes, this happened probably a couple months ago, and the owner of the club was so upset at me because of this joke, because I said I would fuck an 18-year-old. Okay? Now, the truth is, would I? Probably not, because I'm just not into 18. You know, like, I'm not into that. But, guys, some of these 17, 18-year-olds, they're very fast. And then, when I was 14, I remember the little 13.
Hey, Letha.
They was looking at us pee. You know what I'm saying? We would be pissing after school, and the girls was looking at us pee.
Hey, Jay.
They wanted to see the boy dicks. You know what I'm saying? You know them girls. You know what I mean? So,
hey, look. I mean, you talking to somebody who grew up in Chicago, who like people was looking for R. Kelly to buy them Nikes and Reeboks and Coach purses and Dooney and Burks. Like he was picking up bitches from McDonald's. Like, I mean, let's be real.
So
there were girls that were going.
What do you tell 12 and 13 and 14? Because everyone, you know, if a 13, 14, 15-year-old gets caught up in some mess with an adult, it's always outrage. But I tend to believe that some of these 13, 14, and 15-year-olds be kind of fast.
Well, so for me, I'll just give an example because like I wasn't into that. But like, you know, I was raised with my grandmother and my aunt. We was on food stamps. Like we didn't have a lot of money. So an older man that might have been a drug dealer or, you know what I'm saying, hustler, whatever, like was attractive because it's like, oh, he could take me to Outback. He could take me to Applebee's. He could take me to Nike. He could take me to the Nike store. He could take me to the mall.
How old were you when you were thinking these thoughts?
I mean, I wasn't thinking these thoughts, but I mean, I seen people do it. Like, because I got a job at 15 so I could buy my own shit so I ain't have to fuck for that shit. But I've seen it happen where, I mean, I'm just telling you like the mindset. Like,
come out and ask it.
Yeah.
15-year-old, hold on. I want the comedy hat on and the law hat on.
Mm-hmm.
Can a 15-year-old give consent to have sex?
Not statutorily, but mentally, yes.
Okay, hold up. Let's talk about that. If they're divorced, I forget the term.
Because there are some states where the age of consent is 16. There's like 30, like there's like maybe like a third of the country where the age of consent is 16.
Who is this goose to great? He said, I got a 13-year-old that R. Kelly can have right now. Get this clown off my life. Yo, I'm dead.
Dude, stop it.
Who is this dude? Okay.
But Big C is music. When you're 14, Applebee's is the shit. Outback is the shit. Red Lobster is the shit. You go there after prom. You go to Outback after prom. You go to Red Lobster after prom. Like in 1997, that was the shit. And
let's go back. Come on, wait. Let's stay focused. You said a 15-year-old cannot give consent statutorily, but mentally they can. Let's address it. First off, if they're divorced from their parents, what's the word? It's like a legal divorce.
Oh, not alienated, but emancipated. Emancipated.
If they're emancipated from their parents, I think they can. Or no? I don't know.
I'm not sure because I don't know a lot about like juvenile law. That's not my area of expertise.
You're just bringing up a great point. A 15-year-old can be tried as an adult for murder.
He's right. He's right.
Believe that a 15-year-old can consent to fucking?
Yeah. No, because I mean, I could tell you at 14, I was curious. I wanted to see what it was like. I wanted to experience. It was like the summer before my sophomore year, so I didn't want to go back to high school and still be a virgin. Like, you know, everybody's talking about it, everybody's doing it. Like, I don't want to say it was peer pressure, but for me, it was more like curiosity and like just like, what is this about? Because I had already been masturbating since like 12 or 11. You know what I mean? So,
see, this is and then let's not forget that's this is a very American conversation. If you look up the world map, there are countries that I believe someone was telling me there's a consent. It might have been Honduras. It's like 13, 14.
I believe it.
Countries you can consent very, very young. This is a very American way of thinking.
Well, not only American, it's a very modern way of thinking.
Modern, because 12 years old, you was getting married back in the day.
Well, because guess what? I think I got my period in 8th grade. So after you get your period, you can have children. So I was 13, something like that. 13. I was 13.
So, and then just some, you know, and I just recall, I don't want to, you know, I've got family situations that I'm aware of that, you know, cousin, uncles, and, you know, uncles, you know, just bad stuff.
Gooch been in Thailand. He said Thailand is 12. He got him some lady boys over there. I'm fucking with you, Gooch.
Goose got the goods. So I mean, yeah, man, it's like, guys, if you out here, you fucking at 13, 14, 15, and then 10, 15 years later.
So Jay, you're talking about, so Jay's talking about the sweetheart law. So like in high school, like for instance, remember that guy that was like going to be a football star and a white girl accused him of rape, even though it was like consensual, but her daddy found out she was fucking a black guy.
Duke or something, North Carolina.
You remember that guy? I don't, it was bad because it's like he was a star and his whole life was ruined by that bitch.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, can a 15-year-old, 14-year-old be held accountable for having sex with an older person?
Unfortunately, not in these United States. Ask Dane Cook.
Oh, okay. So I don't know nothing about that. Oh, is Dane Cook on a block? I don't know.
Oh, well, so apparently he met his fiance when she was 15 at a game party, and they just got engaged, and she's like 21 or something. But they're saying he groomed her.
As we do. Oh, what's his name? Woody
Allen.
Did he? His adopted 12-year-old daughter? Ugh.
Oh no. Mia Farrow found condoms. They was fucking. They was fucking. I watched the whole documentary. Yep.
Yeah, so this is a modern thing.
Look, Gooch was Gooch had his daughter at age 13 and he still had to pay child support.
Wow. Oh, so this is real life. Okay, so he's really not trolling.
No, he's not trolling. He's being for real. Yeah.
Wow, this is real shit. Okay, so that's the bottom line. I mean, listen, kids, yeah, man, stop going to these parties. Ladies, children, whoever y'all are out there. Yeah, I hate to say this. Of course, we're not advocating for rape. Ain't nobody advocating. Okay, but yeah, stop putting yourselves in situations or allowing yourselves to be in situations where it could pop off. I mean, this is real tea right here, bro. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, cool. All right, Mel, we've been on for an hour and change. I said I was gonna have you on for 30 minutes. I could talk to you all night because you bring the goods, and I like how you think. Mel, where can people find you? What you got coming up? You know, give a little bit of the, you know, so that people know where to come get you.
Well, just follow my Instagram, the Melanie Marie. Woody Allen's wife wasn't 12. When she was 14, she definitely wasn't of age, and that nigga was like 50, Jay. So stop it.
Jay Swift is really not for this conversation. And Jay, we appreciate you holding it down.
Hey, Will. Okay, so Will, that's my guy. Will puts up an interesting point. He's a Chicago comic and a great guy. Why aren't we teaching people how to be safe in those situations? So the only way to be safe is to, guess what? Watch your drink. Watch what you drink. Leave with the girls you came with. Don't let your girls leave you. Always stay in a pack. Like, because if you're together, you're protected. If you're separated, you're vulnerable. Okay, so watch your fucking drink. Don't leave your drink. You know what I'm saying? So like, there are ways to be safe, but you can't over intoxicate. Like, you can't have a Long Island and smoke some weed and then be like, oh, fuck, what the fuck happened? When you had like a Long Island has like 7 different liquors in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you have to take some responsibility, because when you're when you're a teenager, you don't know what your limits are, because you're testing your limits. I know now how many of these I can how many of these I can have before I'm 3 sheets to the wind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that took time to understand.
Mel, the reason I love you right now and I love this conversation is because every time we talk about rape in the public, it's always about, the rapists and how bad they are. Guys, we know rapists are bad.
Yeah.
We know rapists are creep-ass motherfuckers. We know that. We're talking about you, bitch. Like, what can we do?
Richard, I would love to tell men not to rape people, but y'all niggas with penises love to do it. So I would love to tell men not to rape people.
Let's think. How about we tell men not to rape people? Oh, we have not been telling people not to rape people? Bro, are you serious? That is the conversation, bro.
He's a guy. Oh, wait a minute. He's a gynecologist, though.
Even still, Rich, that is the conversation. Obviously, listen, Mel, would you say this is a similar analogy when it comes to domestic violence, right? With men? Obviously, we don't want men hitting women. Like, that's obvious. But I think it's also a conversation to hey, women, don't antagonize men.
Well, okay, I'm going to disagree with you there, because I was in a domestic violence relationship for 5 years, from the age of 19 to 24. And I never fought back. And the reason I didn't leave was, number one, he was the first man to give me an orgasm. But number two,
hilarious.
I was like, he gave me black eye, but you made me feel so good.
He's laying this pipe though, baby.
Oh, he had the pipe. Oh, he had the pipe. This is the Pied Piper.
Goose said tell women to give it. Oh, so it's not rape if you're telling yes. We already did that joke.
Oh, shut up, Goose.
Get on now. Get on.
No, but the reason I stayed was because he was the first person to tell me that he loved me.
Okay.
So I had low self-esteem, and I didn't have my father growing up. So I didn't have a male role model to guide me on how to get out of that situation, until it got to a point where it just got unbearable. And there was a situation where he woke me up choking me in my sleep, and I was like, okay, I don't want to die. So it's like, I was like, okay, this is enough. Dick ain't good enough to die over. But it took me getting to that point of just like, I don't want to have to fear for my life,
Okay.
Because he abused me mentally and physically. No one will love you. Nobody will understand you. You're weird. I'm the only person that's gonna like you. So and I believed it.
No, we covered this episode 1 of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see yourself ever staying in another 5-year abusive relationship if the dick is good?
No, hell no.
Never.
Ain't no dick that good.
You've learned your lesson to the
yeah.
You could okay, but what about women or men who have had 5, 6, 7, 8 abusive relationships?
Then they want the drama. They want it.
At what point do we say the problem is you?
They want it. Gooch said I'm a quitter. Go back to him. Shut up. Now you being a troll.
At what point do we say, come on, guys, are we willing to say, oh, man, the problem is, man, I've got... But even, Mel, I will say, even for your one time, and God, thank God you learned the lesson.
Yeah, I did.
But even the one time, you did just say you were insecure.
Yeah. I was also young. I'm 40 now. I was 19.
And this is why you put up with that situation.
It was my first real relationship. It was the first guy who told me he loved me.
Right. So I think, again, my opinion is I would want to be influencing young ladies and young men, and strengthening their confidence and their esteem so that they don't allow someone to abuse them. Right?
But it starts at home, because that's why I'm 40 and I don't have a child now, because if I don't feel that I could be in a situation where the man is going to be with me and raise that child and stick around and instill, good morals and values and security and love and acceptance, because I'm getting to the point now where, you know, I'm loving and accepting myself and giving myself the love that I didn't receive as a child, not being raised by their mother or father. But I have to get to that point to realize that another human being can't do that, can't give that to me. So I'm not looking for another human to fulfill what I didn't get as a child. I have to love on myself, give to myself, accept myself, do the things that make me happy to fulfill my, fulfill my needs and desires and not have to put that on another person. So that's why I don't have any kids, because I'm just like, I'm not going to put myself in a situation to create another human to have the same kind of insecurities that I had. But it took a lot of years, a lot of healing, a lot of trauma and turmoil to get to the point where I am today, where I can have some peace.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. On that note, we love that. That's a great way to end the podcast. We ain't no victims on this podcast today.
No, I'm not a victim. I'm victorious. I'm a winner.
Here. All victors. Oh, Mel, you were awesome. You were awesome.
Thank you.
Our first live guest. Come on, bro. Come on, bring it. Come to Chicago.
Yeah, Chi-Town. Chi-Town. Throw the C's up.
Mel.
Wow, hundreds.
Where can the people find you? Let's go ahead. Give us the all the info.
At the Melanie Marie. So on my YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm still trying to figure out Twitter. I haven't figured it out yet. But most of my stuff I post on Instagram. I have my first show at the Chicago Laugh Factory, September 24th at 11:30 p.m. It's the Nasty Show.
Chicago Laugh Factory, September 24th, 11:30 p.m.
Yep, it's the night show. We're gonna get nasty.
Oh, maybe where can people get tickets? They just follow you?
Yeah, I'm gonna post the flyer on my IG. I think I also have a show September 23rd, but I just got that flyer, so I'll post that too. And then Thursday, so today I did the Michael Collier morning show. So if you want to check out the Michael Collier morning show on YouTube, just fast forward 20 minutes and I'm there doing 10 minutes worth of material and talking. And then on Thursday, I'm going to be on Rodney Perry's morning show, also on YouTube, talking about this case. Yeah.
Hey, all right. Mel in the building, y'all. Come on, clap it up. How about some hearts, baby? We love it. Yeah, I'm JC Best. You can find me at JC Knows Best. If you or a loved one or a friend or an enemy is having an issue, write into us at blamethevictimpodcast@gmail.com. You go ahead and bring the problem. We'll bring the blame, baby. All right. You can follow us right here on IG, on YouTube. Go ahead and look us up. We are on all streaming platforms. This episode will probably come out in a couple of weeks, next Wednesday. But we loved you as a guest, Mel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for your support. We will be back next week. Blame the victim, baby. Thank ya.
Bye, JC.